In this particular lecture, we will cover this kind of topics: sight distance, its definition, stopping sight distance, definition, criteria, figure, figure of sight distance also, various type of sight distance and stopping sight distance, their figures, factors affecting stopping sight distance, analysis of SSD, which is stopping sight distance, and PIEV theory. This particular lecture contains very important and interesting theories, so stay focused. Let us move towards the next slide. What is this particular sight distance? What is the definition? So friends, sight distance can be defined as follow. It is the actual distance along the road surface which a driver from a specified height above the carriageway has the visibility of stationary or moving objects is known as sight distance. So what are the important words that you need to focus in this particular definition? First is that the sight distance is the actual distance. Which distance it is talking about? It is the distance which a driver from a specified height above the carriageway. Now what is the meaning of carriageway? Carriageway means road surface. It can be defined as the width of the pavement on which the vehicle travel. So it is the actual distance which a driver from a specified height above the carriageway has the visibility while driving of stationary and moving objects is known as sight distance. Means you are a driver, this is a kind of road which is being provided, this is particular object which is placed on the road, you are here, you are the driver. So the actual distance along the road surface, this distance s between you, or I can say your eyesight, and the object which a driver, you are the driver here, from a specified height above the road surface, you are having the height above road surface like this is the height. So height above the carriageway which has the visibility of stationary or moving object is known as sight distance. It is also called as, it is the length of road visible ahead to the driver at any distance. Means while you are driving, how much length of road is visible to you whenever you are at the driving position. That particular length of road is also called as sight distance. This is how it can be understood in a better way. This is a particular junction or intersection, I can say. If you are coming from here, then this much distance should be provided to you so that you are able to see from sitting at your driving place that any of the vehicle is coming from this side. So the chances of the collision at here are reduced. Same applies for this vehicle also, this also, this also, and this vehicle also, if anyone is coming. So this can be understood easily. Now sight distance can be categorized into three types. There are three types of sight distance. SSD means stopping sight distance, OSD means overtaking sight distance, SDI means sight distance at the intersection. There are total three types of sight distances. First is SSD, which is stopping sight distance. Second is OSD, which is overtaking sight distance. And third one is the particular sight distance at the intersection. Let us talk about the first one, which is stopping sight distance. How can you conceptually understand this particular topic? So this is the definition. This is the definition of SSD. We have already discussed what sight distance is. Now we are moving towards SSD. So friends, stopping sight distance or SSD, which is the full form of SSD, it is the minimum. Sight distance was the actual and stopping sight distance is the minimum sight distance which is available on the highway at any spot having sufficient length to enable the driver to stop a vehicle traveling at the design speed safely without collision with any other obstruction. Let us understand this concept in a simple manner, that if you are a driver, this is the road. You are a driver, you are driving your vehicle over here. You come to see that there is an object or obstruction which is placed here. So there must be minimum distance available between you and that object, that whenever you apply the brakes, let us assume that you are viewing this object from this instance. You try to apply the brakes and your brakes are applied at this moment. Your vehicle will be stopped at this particular place. So there must be small distance available between the obstruction or object and you, so that there should be no chances of collision with you and that particular obstruction. So there should be minimum sight distance available, so that there should not be any chances of collision. This is known as sight distance. You are moving at here, you come to see that there is an object which is placed over here. So if you apply the brakes and your vehicle stops here, so this will be the minimum distance between you and the object, so that there will be no chances of collision and there will be safety criteria which will be followed. This particular minimum sight distance is known as sight distance, stopping sight distance. Now there are certain IRC, Indian Road Congress criteria, that the h capital H should be 1.2 meter and h small h should be 0.15. Now what is this particular capital H? It is the height of driver above the road surface, or height of the driver's eye, and the small h denotes the height of object which is placed above the road surface. These are the IRC norms, which is Indian Road Congress criteria, which you need to follow. Now there are certain factors which affect the stopping sight distance, like speed of vehicle, efficiency of brakes, total reaction time of the driver, frictional resistance between the road and the tire, or the road surface and the tire surface, and gradient of the road. Now how can you analyze that sufficient amount of stopping sight distance is provided or not? So let us understand the concept of analysis of stopping sight distance. So there are two ways or two categories which cumulative indicates the analysis of stopping sight distance. Which are those two categories? First is the lag distance and second is the braking distance. Now what is this particular lag distance and braking distance? Let us understand in detail. Lag distance is the distance traveled by the vehicle during the total reaction time. Now what is this total reaction time? We will discuss all these things, don't get confused. It is known as lag distance. Now what is this total reaction time? This total reaction time of the driver is the time taken from the, this is the first point, from the instant of the object is visible to the driver to the instant of the brakes are effectively applied. Means you are going from here, this is the first place. You are sitting over here and you see that there is an obstruction or object which is placed on the road. Now as a driver you see that there is a danger condition which is existing on the road. So you will think what should be done and what should not be done, and while thinking you will pass this much amount of length of road and then you will apply the brakes from this point. Let us assume that while thinking you have lapsed this much amount of road. Now you apply from brakes over here and your brakes will be applied over this point and your vehicle will be stopped over here. So this much of distance will be available once your vehicle will be stopped between you and the obstruction, so that you can see here that there is no chances of collision between you and the obstruction. This particular distance during perception to applying the brakes is known as lag distance, and this distance is called as braking distance. The lag distance is also called as reaction distance. The total reaction time of the driver depends on the PIV theory. Now, what is this PIV theory? The full form of PIV theory is P stands for perception time, I stands for intellection time. It is not intellectual, it is intellection time. E stands for emotion time, and V stands for volition time. So, this is the full form of PIV theory. According to PIV theory, the total reaction time of driver is split into these four parts. This is the particular PIV process sketch diagram. This is the perception, intellection and emotion takes place in the brain, and the volition comes out as the response. What is this particular PIV theory? So let us understand this concept. P is the perception time. So what is this perception time? Let us understand in detail. Perception time is the time which is required. Perception time, I am explaining the concept of perception time. Perception time is that amount of time or the time which is required for the sensation received by the eyes or ears to be transmitted to the brain. Means whenever you come to know that there is an obstruction which is placed over here, suddenly this will happen. Their eyes or ears, which are known as the sensory organs, they will send the sensation to the brain. That this kind of obstruction is placed on the road. Now the intellection and emotion will take place. What is this intellection time? It is the time required to understand the situation. The brain will try to understand that what is the obstruction which is placed over here, what can be done, what cannot be done. Many of times it happens that you may suffer from certain emotions while taking this decision. So, emotion time is the time which is elapsed during the emotional sensation and disturbance, such as fear, anger, etc., with reference to the situation. And ultimately, you will take a decision to apply the brakes, and the decision will be done as the response taken. So, this happens outside the brain, this also happens outside the brain, this happens inside the brain. Cumulatively their total come as the PIEV theory. So volition time is the time taken for the final action. These are the processes which are involved. First, the object is visible, driver sees, then he identifies the hazard, then he decides the action, then he initiates the action, and then he completes the maneuver or the action. So the time taken during decision distance and time is known as lag time, lag distance, and the time taken during action distance or time, distance per time, is known as reaction time. Cumulative, they will be denoted as stopping site distance. This particular method or phenomenon is known as decision site distance model. So the equation for lag distance is V into T. Now keep in mind that this is a small v. So we should write it in this manner. This is the small v and this is small t. This v is the speed of the vehicle in meter per second, and this t is known as the reaction time. As per IRC, the reaction time is 2.5 seconds. So lag distance equals to v into t. This is small v. Now comes the braking distance phenomenon or equation. Braking distance equation is small v square by 2g into f, where small v is equal to speed of the vehicle in meter per second, as we have discussed in the lag distance. G is the acceleration due to the gravity. The value of g is 9.8 meter per second square, and f stands for coefficient of friction, which is between 0.35 to 0.4. Together they will be summed up as SSD, lag distance, plus braking distance will be called as SSD, and the equation of SSD will be Vt plus V square by 2GF. So this is the equation of stopping sight distance. Now there is a concept of gradients. If the road is in ascending gradient, means it is like this, the road is like this, and you have to drive the vehicle in this direction, ascending direction. So what will be the equation? The major equation is Vt plus V square by 2gf, right? Descending, maybe we will also write the equation in descending, Vt plus V square by 2gf. Now here the ascending gradient is given, so it will be ascending means the incremental, so it will not be f, it will be f plus n by 100. So this equation will be Vt plus V square by 2g f plus n by 100. Okay, and if it is in descending order, means it the driver has to drive the vehicle in this direction, then it will be f minus n by 100. So it will be like this. How it can be written? It can be written as this: Vt plus V square by 2g f minus n by 100. So you can say this is the difference. Here descending it is having minus value, negative value. In ascending it is having positive value. So this is the particular description of lag distance, braking distance and stopping sight distance. And what is this n? So the n is known as gradient, which will be given in your example. It will be in percentage. Okay, so we will calculate the examples based on this. I hope you have understood all this theory in detail. Thank you so much.